Hello everyone. It's Charlene Saint-Jean here again, cooking. So this time, today, I'm going to do my own recipe. So I'm actually doing the prep work right now, like you see on the wonderful cooking shows. So I'm going to prep all of my vegetables and my fish. So I'm going to make a honey lemon pepper salmon with a creamy asparagus, asparagus cauliflower sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna put all that together. So right now I'm going to prep all of the vegetables. All right. So now I've watched enough cooking shows to watch everyone cut onions. I don't do it like that because I'm not a professional chef, so I never went to school for it. However, I've learned a couple of little things. So what I'm going to do here is I have a good old onion here. So I'm going to actually cut it in half, and I use a piece of aluminum foil because I'm OCD and I don't like mess. So when I'm done with the onion, I can close it up and then it's not all over the place. So I'm just gonna, and then I have two bowls here to put everything in after I finish. Get that cut in half. And then I peel it in. Once I'm done cutting everything up, I just take the leftovers, or the dispersed part, and it stays inside the aluminum foil. Especially because I'm working in a small space. That's another reason why I do things like this. Because all the kitchens I've had so far have been in my homes that have been small. I'm waiting on that big kitchen. One day I'll have that. So I've learned to conserve space so everything's not all over the place and I'm not spilling everything everywhere. And so now I'm going to cut out the onion. And so I really just want ring slices. So I don't need dices. So I'm just going to cut it in nice slices all the way through. And I found with cutting onions, sometimes I cry and sometimes I don't, depending on how fast I'm cutting the onion. And we take our pieces and put them here. And I have the oven warming at 350 because I'm going to put the fish in there a little bit. So, you know, we're in this quarantine now. And people are allowed to go outside, you know, but I'm not really doing that. And so, you know, I bought everything I needed to buy in order to make stuff. But one of my go-tos is to cook. I like to cook. I sang yesterday. Yesterday I did a video and I sang. So singing is one of my things that I do. I read the Bible, of course. I read the Word of God. And one of my other things to do that's also very calming and very cathartic is cooking. It's very peaceful. I usually have my music on in the background, and I could be in here for hours with no problem. All right, so I'm done with the onions. So all I have to do is just, you know, the little slices and open them up when I get ready to put them into the pan. Now, I'm going to rinse this off. And I'm going to now cut up the second part of my meal, which is the asparagus. So I have some good old asparagus. I've already rinsed and cleaned. And I keep the rubber bands on because it's easier to cut. And I'm going to put the rest of it into this, into a little bowl over here. So I keep them on so I cut up the top parts and I can cut it evenly if I keep the rubber band on. And then I take it off. Then it comes off afterwards. There's my beep from my oven. It's now at 350. Alright. So I want these to be small pieces. Because they're going to go into the sauce. And I take what I have. I lost one. It's okay. I take what I have. Go ahead and put it into my bowl. I'm using the tops as well. So, with my song, cooking and singing. It is well with my soul. Okay, so let's get this part here. I want these tops to stay because they look pretty. Asparagus tops. And again, this also helps me with less mess. This part is the white part of the bottom. And off to the side, I have my separate recycled bin and of course trash. And I'll do those things in here. Get my soap. Wash those hands. Okay. So now we're going to move on next to seasoning our fish. So I'm going to move this out so I'm going to rinse it so I can use it for later. And we're going to season the fish. So we have our asparagus, we have here, and we have our onions. That's going to be cooked in a second. Right now we're going to season our fish. I'm going to save this rubber band. I use them for lots of things. So they go in my little drawer right there. Okay, so I have some lemon pepper, some red pepper, and some honey, and regular pepper. Fish is kind of salty, and we don't, we're older. My husband and I, we're past 40, both of us. And so we don't eat a lot of salt. So I try not to put a lot of salt in food, but I like to use the pepper. And the sauce actually is going to have a little bit of salt in it, so that'll also help salt the flavor. But you salt it like you like, depending on what you're going to do, whatever flavor you can have. So I'm going to add first some pepper. And I have oiled over here another little cast iron pan so I can sear the fish. And what I did in order to stop the major cleanup at the end of cooking, what I did was I put a piece of aluminum foil, that's a non-stick aluminum foil, on the top of it, and then I oiled that down with some grapeseed oil, which I think I've learned has a higher smoke point, so it won't smell up the whole house. Because what happens when you're searing things, smoke causes to rise in your eyes or whatever, and all that kind of stuff. And it's not really anything happening. It's just that it's not a pleasant feeling or a pleasant smell. So I have that on there, so this way it's not as it won't do any harm to you. So I'm going to, and you probably see me wash my hands about 12,000 times because I don't want raw meat and touching the appliances to mix together. Not the appliances, touch the spices together. So I'm going to season one side and then season the other. And see, this right here has enough salt in it. This lemon pepper, it has salt in it as well. But I like a little extra pepper, so that's why I put that on there. So season this generously. Okay, I can close that up. And that can stay here because I'm also going to put it in here as well to keep the flavor profile the same, so all be congruent together. Alright, a little red pepper for some kick. My husband likes a little kick. I'm corny, even though my family's from the South, they eat a lot of hot sauce and all that kind of stuff. I didn't develop that type of hot palate. I can take a little bit of heat. I'm crying because everything just tastes hot to me. But I take a little bit. I'm going to add the piece de resistance, the honey. And I'm going to drizzle it across the top. drizzle it across the top, just as so. And I'm going to repeat this on the other side. But the fish is going to go down, skin side down. Okay, so now I'm going to turn everything. I'm going to use my thing here. So I'm going to turn them. And I'm also only going to do them a few at a time. So you may not be able to see me right now, or maybe off camera. And so I'm not going to actually cook these off camera. You're going to see me on camera. My husband's going to do the rest of it. So now I'm going to repeat my seasoning, starting with the pepper. And I'm doing on the skin side, my lemon pepper. Seasoning is a thing, man. You can make any, you can do a whole lot of things with salmon, and depending on how you want to season it. So I've done honey lemon. I mean, I've done just plain salmon. I've done it with just honey. I've done it with honey and sage. I've done it with tomatoes, sauce, all kinds of things. Forget about red pepper. Alright. And then finally, again, the piece of the resistance, the honey. So, I'm used to performing in front of children all the time. You know, we're out of work because of the coronavirus. And I'm used to being in front of kids, so this is my my teacher fix. I get to be silly in front of you all, as I'm used to performing for children every day when they come into the library to read, and I love, you know, doing the books. I'm actually going to do a lot more of that online come next week to post it, you know, so that children still have some media time with Miss St. John. All right, so I've prepped the fish, I've prepped the vegetables. And I'm going to keep the ingredients out, and I'm also going to get the cauliflower out of the refrigerator. So the next scene that you're going to now see is me actually getting ready to cook off the vegetables. And my husband will be in here to videotape that so that you can see more in the pot, because I can't do it this way. So I will see you for part 2 in about a few minutes. Bye. I'm going to go off camera to turn it off.